Hello again, precious friends. Aunt Patty, Carnivore Hippie. Once again, do you remember earlier on in the year before Thanksgiving, I did a video about how some people with uh, problems with food addiction or even just harmful use with food can sometimes create a lifestyle or a habit or a practice of using food as a means to express their creativity. And how sometimes when we're dealing with that kind of an issue, it's most of the time better for us to move away from using food as an art form of artistic expression, so to speak. And that can leave sometimes a gap in our artistic experience, and that can be a problem because someone who's pretty creative, not having that outlet can create some really emotional difficulties, and it can cause burnout and all sorts of things. So I promised in that uh, video to show you some of the things that I do to help myself move away from using food as a creative outlet, which I have done for most of my life. So it was a very difficult and a serious issue. But since I was a child, I have known how to crochet, and so it wasn't that hard for me to transition into expressing myself in more different ways, creative ways with crochet. And I wanted to show you, since I promised to show you some things I was doing, I wanted to show you this project that I did for my grandnephew, who is 7 months old. And I expected to see him for Christmas, but circumstances prevented him and his mom from traveling to where I live. So I do expect them next week, though, and to surprise them with this project as a gift that I did. And this little guy we'll talk about in a minute. Right here we have a crib afghan in a number 4 weight Caron, C-A-R-O-N brand acrylic yarn. The color is called Lily Pad, and it's an ombre, of course, as you can see, of blues and greens. I love it. I think it's just fabulous and fantastic, and I love the way the colors change and kind of make their own little pattern. And so there's that. This is actually called a ripple stitch. It's pretty easy to do. If you can get comfortable making single crochet, then you can do this. So this is pretty much a beginner type project. So anybody who wants to learn to crochet, you can find tutorials for ripple stitch on YouTube and on many other places on the internet. Don't be afraid of it. It looks fancy. It really isn't. Okay, that's the great thing about crochet. You find things that look so fancy, and once you know the trick, they don't end up being tricky at all. They don't end up being complicated at all. Now, this little guy right here, my little octopus friend, isn't he cute? I love the way his legs move. Whee! Anyway, this is not a beginner project. As I said, I've been crocheting since I was a child, so I was about 8 years old. My mom and my sisters and I all learned to crochet around the same time, back in the 19... Anyway, so this little guy, he's not a beginner project. I wouldn't expect anyone who's not comfortable with crochet to run out and pick up a crochet hook and expect to do this little guy. He's pretty much an advanced project, but it's an idea of what you can do if you apply yourself and learn to do these things. There are patterns. I designed this myself because, like I said, I've been crocheting for years. But you can find patterns for little guys like this, and you can work up to doing fun stuff like this if you're willing to put in the effort. And this will help keep you away from using food as a means of creativity. You can create gifts, you can create household items for yourself, you can create comfort items for yourself, scarves, hats, sleep masks, sweaters. I mean, crochet is just endlessly creative, which is one of the reasons why I adore it so much. Now, this guy, even though he's really cute, just as he is, isn't he? He has a surprise. He is, in fact, hollow, or he, she. Maybe we should call him a she, considering what's coming. Turn this one over. It's hollow, and inside there are some surprises. Here is a little happy starfish friend, and more sea creatures. Here's a fishy. All right, and again, this is again for a baby or a toddler who love to put things in and take things out. Here is a little baby octopus. Maybe this is the little baby of the mommy octopus, or maybe this is the baby brother. Who knows? Who cares? Isn't he darling? And my favorite one of all. Here is a happy little clam. Hello, Mr. Clam. And you open him up, you see there's his smiling face, and he has a surprise. You open up under here and see he's got a pearl. And all of these little friends and toys just tuck right back down inside the octopus or the momtopus, however you want to say it. And so this is what I've been doing. These are the kinds of things that I do to express my creativity outside of food, okay? And I would like you, if you have an issue, if moving away from food has left a hole in your life, don't hesitate. There's lots of information out there. There's tutorials on YouTube and many other places on the internet. And there really just is something for everybody. There's crochet, and there's knitting, and there's easy patterns and complicated patterns. And besides that, there's scrapbooking and floral arranging and sewing and beading and jewelry making. If you bother to look, I know you will find something that trips your creativity trigger, something that you can learn to love, something that you'll enjoy doing, enjoy practicing, and will learn to love. And you'll create gifts for friends, and you'll create, as I said, household items and comfort items for yourself. And it will really go a long, long way to helping you move away from harmful use of food. It not only will it be good for you physically to move away from thinking of food and using food in that way, but it will also be great for your brain to learn something new. Every time you learn something new, you create more neural pathways and more connections in your brain, and the more you have, the better your brain works. Okay, so that's it for right now. Bye. Bye, Mr. Octopus. I will talk to you again soon, and we'll talk about kind of where I fell down over the holidays. It won't be pleasant, but I think it's good for you to know, and it's good for me to talk about it. I love you all. Peace, love, and meat, and I will talk to you again real soon. Bye.